Prince Harry and Meghan hit the polo field over the weekend in South Florida in front of the cameras as we learn more about the couple's next production projects.
Our Royal Insider, Patricia Treble, joins us now with those details. Hey, Patricia.
Hey, Carolyn.
All right, so as Dallas just mentioned, and we were talking about this off the top of the show, they're at this polo match, Harry and Meghan, in Miami, but Netflix cameras are there catching all the action.
Yep.
Okay. We hear, and this is one of two Netflix projects that they're working on, but there's a connection to Ryan Reynolds.
There is. So we've been waiting for these projects. They have been hinting and hinting for so long. It is official. They're working on two projects. So this is Polo. So Harry and Meghan are going to be doing a series about inside look at the world of polo. And I'm going to say this is called the Sport of Kings. So it's fitting the Prince Harry would do it. It is so expensive. It is really the sport of millionaires and billionaires.
Right.
Because you need to do it. So they were in Florida for a charity match that Harry does every year for his Santa Bali charity. And of course, Meghan, presenting, the trophy. Harry scored a goal. But they're also sticking around because this is the U.S. Open Polo Championship, which I'm going to confess I had to look up. The annual championship, which is the big thing in polo in the United States. And they're going to be doing this. The connection to Ryan Reynolds is that one of the showrunners is from Welcome to Wrexham, which was the amazing series that he did, which was a really gritty, kind of down-to-earth look at how he, is working with his soccer club in Wales. So it's going to be interesting to seeing how that sort of gritty atmosphere, whether that comes through in the very rarefied world of polo.
Okay. I look forward to that too, and that soccer team, Wrexham, getting some good news over the weekend as well. We are celebrating them. That is the one production. Let's talk about the other one, Meghan's new lifestyle show. What can you tell us about that?
So this is, we were kind of expecting this because remember last month she launched the American Riviera Orchard brand. And so this is going to be the joys of cooking, gardening, entertaining, and friendship. And I'm going to note that there is no mention of family in there because that would be a little awkward. And it's really as expected. It's her big lifestyle brand. And it's going to be taking part, as we know, on Netflix. And interestingly, the showrunner there, they're really hiring some top-notch people, is worked out with Anthony Bourdain in Parts Unknown. And as you guys know, that was a fabulous show on CNN. It was, his travel, eating, cooking show around the world. So again, it's going to be interesting to see how that sort of ethos comes through on Meghan's series.
But the fact that they are getting such great names attached to these projects is a great start. Some mixed news today for Prince Harry coming out of the courts.
Yeah, so he's had his win-loss hasn't been great lately. So I think it was last month we were talking about the fact that he lost a big case about his security. He wanted basically the government to pay for all his security when he's in Britain. And the big thing about this, and when you lose, you have to pay both sides. And that's a very expensive case. He gets a little bit of good news. He's getting a 10% cut in what the costs are going to be, but they're expected to be well over £1 million. That's near $2 million. And equally disappointing for him, he was asking for the right to appeal the decision, and he got turned down. Now, he can appeal that decision, but it's not looking good for him.
Patricia, both Prince William and Harry will be doing public duties in Britain next month to champion causes close to their heart. Do you have any word if the brothers are planning to reunite at any point?
Right. There's one date that's particular. So it's May 8th. Harry's going to be in London for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. There's a big service going to be held at St. Paul's Cathedral in London. And earlier that day, though, the mother of incredibly close friends to both the brothers is going to be getting an honor at Windsor Castle. And it's expected that William's going to give the honor. Now, these families are so close that basically they're known as the von Strobenzee family. And the kids in there, and Harry and William are godparents to each other's kids. They're that close. And so the hope is that maybe this is the time when they can actually see each other, because it's not about them, right? It's about somebody else, somebody whom they love, the mother of really close friends. We'll see I don't know, but they're going to be so close for this that one would hope that they can find a way.
Okay. But then I've heard another close friend is also getting married, and it looks like the rumor has it that Harry's going to turn that invitation, decline the invitation just to avoid any awkwardness.
Yeah. So this is the Duke of Westminster, who is billionaire. He owns most of London, huge chunks of London, and he's getting married at beginning of June, at the start of the season, and it is the society event of the year. So the focus is obviously going to be on him and his bride. And do you want the angst of the fact there's going to be huge royal contingent there expected? Because again, godparents, godchildren all over the place. And what we've heard is that Harry has said no, to just lessen the attention on them and on royal angst versus the happy day of the happy couple. So,
All right, Patricia, what are you hearing about any potential speculation that the king may be extending an olive branch to Harry and Meghan, potentially inviting them to Balmoral this summer?
Yeah, I mean, he did it last year. He loves, like his mother, he loves having family with him in the summer. So royals regularly troop up to Balmoral, put on a lot of wool and brave the Highlands weather, because it can be a little changeable. And I think it would be a great idea if Harry and Meghan went. I mean, because remember, Harry flew over when Charles was diagnosed with cancer, and there seems to be an impetus. They want to have a reconciliation on both sides, and really what you want is you want it away from the public eye. So I've been saying if there's ever going to be a move, it would likely be at the private estates at Balmoral in the summer, or possibly in Sandringham. And it's a great place. It's all the royals have talked about how magical their childhood was, and their childhood memories of Balmoral. So I think it would be fun to have the grandkids up there.
Speaking of the kids, William and Kate's kids are heading back to school this week after their spring break, and also after Kate first made her cancer diagnosis public. Any word on how they're doing as a family unit?
So they've been incredibly private, but we did see William and George out. So William is he loves the Aston Villa soccer team. It's not a great soccer team, but he loves the team. And he and William went to one of the matches. Now, Aston Villa won, so that's going to put them in a good mood. And they look good. They looked happy. It was a very private event. They always kind of stay in the back to not draw attention to themselves. But I think it's a good sign. And we're going to see, depending on obviously how Kate is feeling, we're going to see William ramping up his public appearances now that the kids are back in school this week.
Very cool. Okay, we can't let you go without asking you about this, because last time you were on TMS, you were talking about the royal residences being opened up to the public, and you have some news when it comes to the Buckingham Palace tours?
Yeah, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. So last week I was saying how the special tour of Balmoral sold out in a day. Well, the tour of Buckingham Palace sold out in 2 days. But not to fear, do not despair. I am not despairing, because this is a sign of the king wanting to push for more openings of royal residences and areas of residences that have been previously unavailable for the public. And so I think we're going to be seeing this more, and hopefully the tickets will be a little more available this time.
All right. Hopefully more to come.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Patricia.
Welcome.